Coming up on Eagle Eye's Thursday News at 6, we take a look at Auburn University's COVID situation in addition to current and former students and staff of the university that are making a difference in their field. Then, a new park has opened to the Auburn community and a busy intersection is getting remodeled. We finally take a look at the current national COVID situation and reveal this week's Lee County Humane Society Pet of the Week. All that and more coming up on Eagle Eye's Thursday News at 6. Good evening, and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Jack West.
And I'm Mary Lauren Burdeshaw. For the week of October 11th, Auburn University's COVID Resource Center reported 20 confirmed cases of COVID-19 on campus. This is one fewer than the week prior. In addition, the AU Medical Clinic tested 422 people for COVID-19 and found 5 to be positive. This is a 1% positivity rate. Tests remain high while positivity rates and confirmed cases remain relatively low on Auburn's campus. Remember to self-report and get tested if you believe you have come into contact with COVID-19 to keep the COVID Resource Center's numbers consistent with real figures on Auburn University's campus.
This past weekend, the War Eagle chapter of Women in Aviation celebrated a successful Girls in Aviation Day at the Auburn University Regional Airport. Members of Women in Aviation were able to tour different types of aircraft and meet industry professionals. In addition, a special event was held featuring female crew members from multiple career fields. Women in Aviation International is a nonprofit co-ed organization dedicated to encourage and advance in all aviation career fields and interests. Auburn Aviation has more than 2 times the national average for university aviation programs and its high percentage of women across more than 600 students.
Graduates of the Auburn University School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences were recently honored by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for their work on the Red Hills Salamander Habitat Purchase Team. The team is working to conserve the Red Hills salamander, a threatened species unique to a specific region of Alabama found nowhere else in the world. In efforts to conserve the species, the state of Alabama recently purchased a total of 4,911 acres of Red Hills salamander habitat in Monroe County. The purchase was funded by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service through conservation grants. The $9 million in land grants to purchase 4,911 acres is the largest land deal under the Endangered Species Act Section 6 program.
Now we turn to Involvement Ambassador President Travis Harrison for all the information you need to get involved at Auburn University this coming week. Take a look.
Hey y'all, my name is Travis Harrison, and there are a lot of exciting events coming up on campus this week from Involvement. First up, Active Minds is hosting Dr. Colleen Coffey to talk about their Let's Talk About Mental Health talk. It'll be on Monday, the start of Mental Health Week, in the Student Center Ballroom from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dr. Colleen Coffey will be speaking about how to seek help, being an active listener, and how to build a community, and much more. It's going to be a great event that is very informative. Next, on Thursday, the Involvement Ambassadors are hosting their Get to Know Service Programs webinar. It will be in person and is going to be in the Student Center in room 2107 from 5 to 6 p.m. During this presentation, you'll be able to learn about all of the different service organizations within student involvement and how to be a part of them, and track your service hours as well. Lastly, the American Institute of Architecture students is hosting their 33rd annual pumpkin carve. It'll be happening right outside Dudley Hall on the Dudley Courtyard from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. All of the pumpkins carved will be put out on display to enter to win a prize. This is one of the perfect fall events that tons of students have enjoyed year after year. So get out there, celebrate fall with some friends, and carve some pumpkins. As always, there are dozens of other events going on this week on campus, so make sure that you log in to AU Involve and go find the full list of upcoming events for yourself. War Eagle.
When we return from the short break, a new park has been opened to the Auburn community and the Auburn Police Department's annual toy drive has begun. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. In a tragic story out of Huntsville, newly released surveillance video shows a woman getting into a Huntsville police transport van, where she died several days later. Caroline Clapp reports.
A camera on top of Huntsville Police Headquarters captured this tragic situation. Christina Nance went inside this unlocked Huntsville police van on September 25th, trapping herself inside.
We used that van to transport prisoners. Once you're in that van, somebody has to let you out of the van.
Huntsville police investigators combed through hours and hours of surveillance video. Deputy Chief Dwayne McCarver tells us the camera also caught Nance pushing a window open from inside the van 3 days later.
It was open plenty to hear outside the van or to yell to outside of the van.
But no one knew she was there until October 7th. That's when her body was found after a pair of shoes sitting outside the van caught an officer's eye.
We simply have no idea of knowing what her state of mind was, what was going on there. Again, we just, it's just a tragedy.
But they did know Nance. McCarver says the crisis intervention team, which helps people who are in an altered mental state, has helped her in the past. Friday, Nance's family sat down with Huntsville police to view the video themselves. But they say they don't feel any closure because the video quality is so poor.
That was just very heartbreaking to know that we didn't get the clarification that we really needed, that we wanted.
As for the van being unlocked, McCarver says that is a mistake they take seriously.
Our policies are such that should not have happened, and now we have to look at that, and we have to make sure that we have things in place so that does not happen again.
Auburn Parks and Recreation's latest addition, Dinius Park, opened to the public last week. The brand new passive park located at 1435 Glen Avenue is 13 acres and includes walking trails, small and large dog parks, a nature playground, and a small pond. Additional work will still be taking place at Dinius in the coming weeks, but the park remains open from sunrise until sunset to anyone wanting to see the nature of Auburn. Dinius Park bears the namesake of the Dinius family, who donated their land and funding for the park. Their dream was for their land to become a passive park for all the Auburn community to enjoy, a dream that has now become a reality.
This week, road construction began to improve the intersection of North Donahue Drive and Shug-Jordan Parkway. The goals of the construction are to accommodate right turn lanes in all directions. The project is expected to last approximately 3 months. Periodic lane closures are expected as the work is done along the side of the roadway. Motorists are asked to be cautious as they drive through the area and to take alternative routes to avoid delays.
Auburn Public Safety began the 2021 Auburn Toy Drive earlier this month, an initiative created to aid families in the Auburn community through giving. Toy donations are collected and given to children in need ages 2 through 8 every year to aid their families. Donations may be dropped off unwrapped at any Auburn Fire Department station or the Auburn Police Department until December 3rd. Life Storage has also established 2 remote drop points at their store locations on Gatewood Drive and South College Street. For more information regarding the Auburn Toy Drive initiative, call Deborah Hoyt at the AU Police Department at 334-501-3117. When we come back, 2 major health products have been approved by the FDA that could change the fight against COVID-19 and another health fight. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
We return now to Eagle Eye News at 6. If you are getting a COVID booster shot soon, you won't have to get the same vaccine that was in your initial shot. The FDA has approved a mix and match approach for boosters this week. Take a look.
Moderna's booster, Johnson & Johnson's booster, and the possibility of mix and match boosters have all been FDA authorized. If the CDC's vaccine advisors who are meeting this week give the thumbs up, it's up to the CDC's director to make recommendations, and shots could be in arms in a matter of days. Evidence of waning vaccine immunity is what the FDA says drove its decision here. But for now, boosters are only for people 65 and older and certain at-risk groups, though that could soon change.
I think that data is really emerging that people over 40 probably would benefit. And over time, I can imagine even younger people getting it.
This week, the Biden administration rolled out plans to vaccinate 28 million children aged 5 to 11 in the fight against COVID-19 in children. The plan entails measuring low-dose vaccines to ensure the greatest safety and effectiveness of Pfizer vaccines oriented towards kids. Approval of vaccinations in children in this age range is expected following a go-ahead from the FDA and CDC advisory panel meeting November 2nd and 3rd. The Biden administration has said that this rollout of vaccines will not bring the same waits and shortages that the first rollout of vaccinations in the beginning of the year did. In addition, the White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator, Jeff Zients, has stated that more than 25,000 pediatricians, families, doctors, and other primary care providers have been enrolled to learn how to properly administer vaccinations to children.
Nearly 1 in 8 adults in the U.S. have hearing loss, and a new landmark FDA proposal is aimed at improving access to hearing aid technology for millions of Americans. However, some have concerns. Mandy Gaither has the details in today's Health Minute.
For the first time ever, millions of Americans with hearing loss could get an FDA-approved hearing aid over the counter without seeing a doctor or audiologist.
As a physician, I have mixed feelings about this process.
Under the new proposed FDA rule, hearing aids would be sold over the counter in more traditional retail stores or online, likely making them less expensive and more available to those who need them. While that's a big plus, there are concerns, according to Dr. Aaron Moberly, an otolaryngologist at Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Are we going to be missing sources of hearing loss that are otherwise treatable, or maybe red flags for something additional going on beyond just the hearing loss?
You're looking at products that you're going to stick something in your ear, that a do-it-yourself approach.
Starkey Hearing CEO Brandon Sawalich notes some other concerns.
Going to a local consumer electronic or pharmacy and picking up a product is not the ideal approach for better hearing, because you don't know how loud it's going to be, the fit, the comfort.
Sawalich expects the proposed rule to be finalized in late spring or early summer. The public will be able to comment on the proposed language over the next 90 days. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
When we return, Eagle Eye's Mikayla Kelly has an Auburn sports update you won't want to miss. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Mikayla Kelly, here with everything you need to know regarding Auburn athletics. Auburn football bounced back this week against number 17 Arkansas. Auburn defeated the Razorbacks 38-23. Quarterback Bo Nix had another good week, going 21 for 26 for 292 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, Nix rushed 5 times for 42 yards and a touchdown. Auburn is off this week, but they return to action on October 30th to take on number 12 Ole Miss in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Auburn soccer continued its winning ways over the weekend, defeating Florida 2-0. That is the 3rd straight win for Auburn. The Tigers return to action tonight when they take on number 4 Arkansas at the Auburn Soccer Complex at 6:30. Auburn volleyball split the weekend series with Missouri and returns to action tonight and Friday against Georgia in Athens. Junior Rebecca Rath and senior Bella Rosenthal will look to continue their strong plays this season to give Auburn a chance to win. Georgia heads into this in the midst of a 2-match losing streak and looks to turn it around against Auburn. First serve is set for 6 p.m. for tonight and Friday's match and can be streamed on SEC Network Plus. Auburn basketball was ranked in the preseason AP Top 25 rankings on Tuesday. Auburn slides into the rankings at number 22 and is one of 5 SEC teams ranked in the preseason poll. Auburn basketball was picked to finish 5th in the SEC this season. Kentucky was selected to win the SEC this season, and Alabama was selected to finish 2nd. In other basketball news, freshman forward Jabari Smith was named to the Karl Malone watch list on Thursday. The award is given to the top power forward in Division I. Smith is one of 2 freshmen to be on the watch list. That is all we have for you this week in Auburn athletics. Make sure to stay up to date on everything Auburn sports by following our Twitter at EETV_sports and our website eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Mikayla Kelly, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We will be right back.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. Thursday is the day to show some warmth to our cold-blooded friends. October 21st is National Reptile Awareness Day. According to the National Day calendar, the unofficial holiday was created to show appreciation to the class of animals as well as promote education and conservation. More than 10,000 species of reptiles exist, but they have three things in common. They are cold-blooded, have scaly skin, and can lay eggs on land. Reptiles can get a bad rap for being scary, but they are an important part of the ecosystem. For instance, experts say they help control the pest population and are considered an important food source to many around the world.
If you know an Alabama third grader with a great smile, now is their time to shine. The Alabama Department of Public Health's Oral Health Office has announced the 5th annual Share Your Smile with Alabama statewide photo contest. The contest will select 2 third grade students living in Alabama, 1 boy and 1 girl, as winners to promote children's oral health. Photo submissions will be permitted from October 19th through November 30th, with winners announced on January 28th.
Fresher than a daisy, it's our new Lee County Humane Society Pet of the Week, Juniper. This sweet soul is meek and mild, calm and collect, a loving nap lover. She's well-mannered and low maintenance, and she'll give you all the snuggles you could ever ask for. Juniper also absolutely loves wrestling and playing with her doggy friends outside as much as possible. She's 2 years old, microchipped, altered, vaccinated, and has already been treated for heartworms. Apply for her today. Now, we're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Mary Lauren Burdeshaw.
And I'm Jack West. Be sure to tune in Monday at 6 p.m. Central for more Eagle Eye news. For now, thank you for watching, and War Eagle.